Alright, so we're here on Bandit Hideout, and like I was saying, it's quite an open and small map, so it's not too different to say Equal Footing or Swamp Pass. Except if you can clear these out, which you can sort of do on the back end of Age 2 or in Age 3, there'll be a little tower here, and if you gain control of that, you get the villagers. So I hope our players are aware of that. So Tempeyes is going to go for the Spear Rush. Madlib's going to go for a Spear Rush. It's pretty cool to see Madlib playing. I don't think he's done Community Challenge for a bit of while. So I was going to say, I think I've already mentioned it, but I think Spears used to train in 12 seconds, and conditioning, or 11, I think it was 10 to 12 seconds depending on Civ, and conditioning used to only give 10 or 15% train time. So Spear Rushing now isn't as strong as it originally was on this gather rate. Because basically we had the gather rate drop to 0.8 seconds, and then we had spear train time increase to make spear rushing a little bit less viable in the slower gather rate. And now we're back at the stage where we've now got that gather rate. Well, this is handy for Madlib. If you can reveal as many of these as he possibly can, it will mean a little bit of extra gold trickle for him. So Tempeyes will want to do a good job of actually controlling all the herdables, because these guys will very slowly start to accrue our Indian player some gold. Madlib already up to the 4 spears there. Tempeyes on 3. And yeah, the beauty of these is that they're out of the way enough that you can generally still rush your opponent without much issue. The problem with Hill Fort, like Hill Fort is a much more greedy map than this one, because on Hill Fort you've got basically I think 3 or 4 fortresses across the center of the map, and there's not a lot of room to get past them. On Bandit Hideout it plays out a lot more like, yeah, Equal Footing and that sort of thing, Ghost Lake and whatnot. Just because on this map and just on Camp Lagoon and on Hill Fort, you just lose so much more of the map to the neutral camps. But yeah, if you can kill these units and get control of the lookout tower, it's a few extra villages your way. And then on top of that, they do give you line of sight. Almost comparable to a outpost. I think it's, 46 vision range from these versus 48 from an outpost. It's a nice catch for Tempeyes because it will slow down Madlib's gathering very, very slowly. But I mean, it's something. Every little bit counts. But I don't think Tempeyes wants to take that fight. He knows Madlib's got 8 spears. Tempeyes is only... Oh, he's got 8 now. Madlib going to be going for age up. Tempeyes right now is not actually gathering any food. He's going all the way up to this top hunt, but there's this one closer, so I don't know why that is. And it will hold up his age 2 by quite a bit. Madlib's age 2 is on the way. And Tempeyes wasn't training any villagers for a while. In fact, he's still not. He's just training another spearman. So, 9 spears versus 8. Madlib's got the engagement going his way as well. He's at home, so I don't see this spear rush going Tempeyes' way at all. Because Madlib, yeah, he does have the spear advantage. He is at home. Did engage a little bit later. The Greek spears have actually got 10 less health. They cost 5 resources more, but have 10 less health. But Oh, they've got the same stats otherwise. It's an Indian Spearman OP. Nerf India, please. And Garda Warrior in the mix as well. Tempeyes is really going to be desperate to get to age 2. In fact, oh, he could have taken it if he didn't get that villager. And I think that would really be the way to go right now. Because Madlib's going to be able to go for a TC. In fact, he's getting it over here, and Tempeyes is not aware. Where's Tempeyes' scout? Where is his scout? Did he lose it? So Tempeyes is trying to do a run by on the wood line, and if he had have seen this, this would have been very big, because it would have meant Madlib would have had to retreat and defend this, maybe even pull the villagers back. He only put 4 villagers on it, so it would have taken ages to build. Tempeyes, get out of there. What are you doing? Overstayed his welcome a bit. Madlib's not really getting value out of his spears, though. He's gone expecting Tempeyes to be on this hunt, and he's not. But he's going to double back, and... oh, he doesn't see it. He actually doesn't see it. Tempeyes has already gathered from the deer on that side, so... Tempeyes aging up now. Madlib going double shrine, which is pretty high investment, really. I think he realizes he is a little bit ahead here. So if he can get these eco bonuses rolling, he really comes out ahead. So double gathering elephant in production. These guys basically worth 2 villages. Tempeyes getting spotted, having to evacuate there, but I believe he got everything out. So 20 villages to 25 in favor of Madlib. And he does have double shrine gathering here, so that's another 2 gold trickle. He's got all these guys, that's even more gold. A couple of rangers for Madlib now. Just making sure he's denied Tempeyes any gathering over this top side of the map. Tempeyes having to gather from the other side of his base and go for the TC. This is a good spot though, he's protecting a lot of resources, and he's only stone's throw away from the lookout tower there, so he can get control of that pretty easily, provided he doesn't just get pushed to death in the next minute or 2. But Madlib's looking very solid. He came out of that age 1 much better off than Tempeyes there, so I think Tempeyes rust showing a little bit. Stables there for Madlib. Double range production is going to be very hard to keep up with. Tempeyes is going to need to get the stables ASAP. He's going double range, which is also pretty good. And I mean, I don't think Indian bowmen train as ridiculously fast as Persian bowmen. But in saying that, if you can get the stables pretty early to deal with them, I think that'd be good for Tempeyes. He must have lost his scout though, because I just can't see it anywhere. I get the feeling... oh, yeah. Madlib lost his scout to the pack as well. So I'm assuming the same thing happened to Tempeyes. I actually missed his scout getting picked off. 3 rangers here for Madlib. Man, you can afford so much production on this patch versus the other one. Like, typically, you'd only have... what's he up to? 5 production buildings and an armory? Typically you'd only go to 3 or 4 and then get your armory in the old Gather 8 patch. I think 4's a good sweet spot. Any more than that was just a big overcommitment before you were getting armory upgrades. Well, that's not great for Tempeyes. Just losing a couple of Hypaspis basically for free there. So he is going to want to get a stables or 2. He can cancel some of these talks and actually afford to get another production building now. And he really should cancel 1 or 2, just start on house production and maintain his villages. Because every time he's stopping his villager production here, he's getting further and further behind. Because Madlib's villager production has been very solid. In fact, he's going for gatherer elephants, so he is getting out basically 4 villagers every time Tempeyes does, but getting him out 2 seconds quicker. But having to spend an extra 20 food to do so, because these guys are basically two villages in 1. Second scout gets picked off, but Madlib will know roughly what Tempire's army size is here. And because he is getting Taranga, and because he does have that extra range over his opponent, I think he can afford to take a fight. No conditioning yet for Madlib, which is a surprise because it is such a big upgrade for so little value these days. Do a Taranga raid here. Tempires is just going to be able to garrison through it. Ooh, that one villager wasn't going to fit in actually, but Madlib deciding the one villager's not worth losing a Taranga over. A few idlers here for Tempires. There is another hunt he can get on top of here. And he's got plenty of food in the bank actually. He could send these guys onto the wood or the gold. Ideally he probably wants to put a tower up here just to help protect this a little bit better. Because Madlib right now is going to age 3 with a fair bit more population than his opponent. So 45 to 43, villager counts are very neck and neck here. Tempires has done well to keep up in that regard, but army size definitely favours Madlib at the moment. I don't think either player's got any armory upgrades as of yet. They're both getting some in queue. So Shield Rim will counter the Barbed Arrow. Madlib has fit in a second armory and got Temper in queue as well. But right now they are fighting on fairly even footing with upgrades. These fights have just really not been going Tempire's way here. Madlib doing a bit of a raid with Taranga. Be able to get a couple of villagers out of that, so it's putting him a little bit further ahead. 44 vills to 50, so now there's a bit of an eco gap. And there's definitely a big army size gap, so Tempire's going to have to be careful. Make sure he's just maximising his production. He's got plenty of food and gold in the bank. So really, he could have these barracks as pumping units. He has got a stables now. If he gets these guys back to work, he can get a second stables pretty quickly here. Madlib hitting age 3. This is starting to get a bit scary. He can start training elephant units. He's getting another shrine. Does he have a monastery yet? I don't know if Madlib actually has gone for a monastery. So Madlib is a man after my own heart. He's gone for all of his shrines and completely forgotten about his monastery. This is so typical of something that I would do when I play. Because I think if you get the monastery early, you either go for the train time for your villagers if you're under about 40 eco pop. If you're above it, you just go for the build time because it just, you know, it saves you a lot of gathering. I mean, it means you get a lot more gathering done because you save so much build time over the course of a game. And then when you go to age 3, you can get Varney's... can't remember what it's called now. Is it Varney's Grip? No. One of the Varney's upgrades. And it gives you so much cost reduction. Here we go. He's finally getting a monastery. He must have been hearing me. Ooh, and that's a lot of bowman damage there. War Elephant in the mix as well, so Tempires can't really stay still with lots of squishy units. Yeah, here we go. Varney's Wisdom, that's it. Grips the damage for your buildings. Haste is movement speed for army. So yeah, if you can get Varney's Wisdom as soon as you age up, it makes your age ups cheaper, it makes all your armory upgrades, all your champion upgrades, all your eco upgrades cheaper. You can have it pay itself off within a minute if you go to age 3 with a big enough bank. Tempire's trying to force out some towers, but they're a little bit late here. I think if he already had these up before Madlib came through, he probably would have been much, much better off. But it looks like Madlib is able to seal the deal pretty quickly there, and we're not able to actually see any use of the lookout towers, guys. So, Eshwal, Cool Cat, get on top of this map because I think you're going to like it. It's quite a standard map, but it does have the option to make use of the unique mechanics. They're not so in your face, you have to play a particular style. So I think this will be a good standard map for people to pick up. You know, Hill Fort and those sorts of maps, Camp Lagoon, I mean, I understand why people might be a bit standoffish about them. But Bandit Hideout really is quite a similar map to a lot of the other small maps. And yeah, Vil Production, Madlib ultimately did end up smoking Tempires there. There was a stage where it seemed quite a bit closer than that though. I must have been looking when it was about there-ish maybe.